You can do it. You can do it.
What up, everybody? It is the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Friday. It's the 9th day of January 2026. My name, well, that's Nick. And then we got sit over here, the man himself, radio's Big J.
Hello. Good morning.
Hey, Big J. Happy Friday, man.
Yeah.
First full week of the year. How does it feel, I ask you out loud?
Feels exhausting.
Really? One of those long weeks for you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Do you have a lot on your plate?
No.
Oh. Well, then why would it feel long?
That's great. That's a good question.
It just did?
Again, because a full week, like our next door neighbor here, Corey, was like, man, it's hard coming back from like 2 weeks when you just live in the high life for like 4-day weekends, man. That 3-day working 10 hours would be good. You know what I mean?
You want to do like emergency room shifts is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, that doesn't function properly for the world. But nonetheless, I feel like that it kicked my ass this week. It's having those extra long weekends.
It has been a running theme for you that the short weeks tend to screw you up.
It just does. I'm a routine guy at this point. So, like a baby.
Sure,
I gotta have my routine.
Listen, I'm the same way.
I'm a crabby. I want to cry. I want to take a nap.
Maybe it didn't affect me as much because I had the time off, and so it was like coming back from vacation, and it felt kind of nice to be back into the swing of things. But I certainly understand what you're saying. But now that things are back into, I guess, what we would call normal, you're going to be okay for at least another full week before we have another 4-day week. And then all chaos.
Maybe
the month of January and December.
Just get up and come to work.
Shock for you. Oh, really? On Monday? Just hang out with nobody here? That's fun. Not this Monday, the next Monday, the 19th.
Yeah.
And then go to the Offspring show?
Yep.
Hey, welcome to Friday. Today on the show, we have an opportunity for you to go to some other concerts like the Foo Fighters and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's going to be on the agenda. Big J will have his song of the week for you. This will be the first time in 3 weeks you've had that, too, I imagine.
Yeah.
Right? So what song? He's had literally 3 weeks to kick this around. It better be a doozy, Big J. Is it?
It's a lot of pressure.
All right.
I mean, I think so.
Good. That's what matters.
Like it is.
We want to get you into the weekend right. And then, of course, we also have a visit from the Comedy Lounge coming in today to talk about what's going on this weekend. Maybe you have some weekend plans. Any weekend plans for you, Big J?
Oh man, it's Wild Card Weekend. I got a live broadcast this Saturday.
Right in the thick of football.
Yeah, right in the thick of it. But Wild Card Weekend is, I think, my favorite of the entire NFL season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I tend to enjoy Division Weekend a little bit better before you get the championship, just because there's just, I mean, I know it's a controversial opinion. There's a couple of teams in the Wild Card Weekend that I can't quite get excited about because they barely or don't at all have 500 records. And so that's very tough for me to make sense of.
But see, that's exactly why I love it so much, because any given Sunday, a team that isn't as good as the other team can win.
I know we say that.
And that's why I'm like, that's awesome.
We say that, but in the playoffs, that's not really the case. The teams that go in under 500 are like 1-26. So that's not really true. It'd be a hell of an upset.
I disagree. It is.
But 1-26, Big J. How is that?
That's what's exciting. You could see it happen.
I guess. Do you think it's going to happen this week with the Panthers?
I don't know. They're unpredictable.
Yeah, but you predicted they would lose.
Yes, I understand that. But also, none of those picks I felt good about.
Not a one?
None of them.
We'll get into who
this season is wonky.
Who the sports books think is going to win the Super Bowl this year, and all sorts of other stuff over the course of the show today as well. But we play music too, so let's get filthy, Big J.
Okay.
9 Inch Nails kicking things off here on the morning after with Nick and Big J on the X Rocks.
Important stuff.
Launch newsfeed.
On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
The important stuff is brought to you by Team Mazda and the Pre-Owned Superstore. Getting financed at Team Mazda easier than ever thanks to GoTeamCredit.com. Everybody gets pre-approved, not a single effect on your credit, so check it out today. The website is GoTeamCredit.com. Big J, back in the year 2020, Governor Little did some changes to some policies here in the state of Idaho. Basically allowing new parents, when they had a little teeny tiny baby, Big J, and a new addition to their family, they were allowed 8 weeks of parental leave, in order to recoup and help bond with the baby as they got home from the hospital. And that still was kind of, it matches the national kind of like average. There are other states that have more, but most states have 8-week parental leave. That basically gives you an okay for 2 months of leaving from your job and paid to help with the raising of your newborn child. Yesterday, the Idaho Attorney General's office announced a significant reduction in that paid parental leave. You no longer will get 8 weeks. You will now get 2 weeks of paid leave, and that is effective July 1st, 2026.
Good luck learning how to take care of a baby.
The decision is a part of a broader effort to try to anticipate, make some changes because the budget's not going to be great for 2026. We got some shortfalls coming our way. So the current 8-week benefit will remain available through the end of this fiscal year, which is through June. So if you're pregnant, have those babies. Hurry up, hurry up. The announcement comes as Idaho lawmakers prepare for a legislative session beginning on January 12th, which will focus on the state's spending, which is not great for the 2026 fiscal year. And so we will see what ends up happening. But yeah, that's a significant reduction. We are surrounded by states that have 10-week parental leave, so that is a real shortfall when it comes to having a child. So something to keep in mind. You do no longer have that kind of, because, you don't really, you do that for obviously, yes, but a lot of times, especially women, their body needs to recuperate in that amount of time.
Absolutely.
And so, it seems incredibly short.
Hopefully, your employer does better than that.
Yes.
Just because that's the stand. I mean, that's what the law says. I mean, it doesn't mean that your company can't do better than that.
True. But if you're a state of Idaho employee or a city employee, good luck.
What happened? Just a couple years ago, we were swimming in money in the state, so much so that they gave us extra back.
I know.
What happened? It's not like they decided, we're going to spend some extra money on education. We know that hasn't happened.
No, that has not happened.
So where'd all the money go?
I would just have to say chalk it up to poor planning. And, eventually...
I mean, there's more people in the state now contributing.
Eventually, everything comes home to roost. This is one of those situations where, look at how great we are. And then they didn't really make any changes, and it caught up with them.
If they're concerned, I have an idea for them.
Oh.
Legalize marijuana.
They don't want to hear that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I could tax the hell out of it.
Big J, there's another NFL head coaching opening. I think we found out the 7th team that reached out to John Harbaugh. Yesterday, the Miami Dolphins fired Mike McDaniel after 4 seasons in charge. So now there are 8 openings to be filed during the offseason. Big J, name them. Let's go. All 8 openings.
Let's see. Let's go. Tennessee Titans.
Check.
New York Giants.
Check.
Baltimore Ravens.
Check.
Cleveland Browns.
Check.
Now the Miami Dolphins.
Check.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Check. 2 more.
There's 2 more? Mm-hmm. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Check.
Who's that other? Atlanta Falcons.
Nailed it.
Yeah, man.
Look
That's
at
a
you.
lot, dude.
You're a football fan.
That's a lot.
And so apparently Mike was considered safe and then had some sort of meeting with the owner yesterday that did not go well.
Weird. After Harbaugh was available.
Right. What a strange kind of thing.
Because here's the thing. This is what also I've heard, is that Harbaugh, much like what Belichick wanted, it's like, I don't want somebody telling me what to do. I'm in charge, so I'm going to pick the personnel person. So you better have that cleared out, is essentially what I'm hearing. And guess what? That's all clear in Miami.
Yeah, there's no GM either.
Yeah.
So that's part of it.
Could be Harbaugh world down there.
I understand that, but the amount of success from coaches / GMs is very, very small.
I don't think he's the GM.
No, I understand. But even those that come in together usually get fired together 2 or 3 years later is how it works.
Yeah.
But we will see how it all shakes out. It does sound like Harbaugh is the belle of the ball, and Mike McCarthy is 2A. And so those two are going to get whatever jobs they want, and then everybody else.
One can manage the end of a game, and the other cannot.
Well, I'm not sure either of them can. Well, we will see how it goes, and maybe he ends up in Miami. I mean, that certainly, I think, is the most pleasing weather turnout for somebody that gets the job. And once again,
taxes.
I was going to say, reminder, yes, there are no state taxes in Florida either, which is, I believe, the only state that's a case that has a opening currently. Big J, are you going to watch the Golden Globes at all? It's on Sunday.
It's on Sunday. I doubt it.
Former guest of the morning after, Nikki Glazer's coming back as the host, man.
Yeah.
No interest still?
I mean, here's the thing. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out. And then I completely forget it's on.
Yeah, well, it'll be on after football, so you'll probably be spent.
No, but I usually forget that it's even on.
It'll be on CBS and Paramount Plus as your favorite streaming service. But they did announce the people that are going to be handing out rewards. George Clooney, Julia Roberts, your friend Snoop D-O-double-G, Big J.
Yes.
Amanda Seyfried, Chris Pine, Dakota Fanning, Dave Franco, Jason Bateman, Jennifer Garner, Kevin Bacon, Kevin Hart, Kira Sedgwick, Macaulay Culkin, Melissa McCarthy, Mila Kunis, Miley Cyrus, Orlando Bloom, Pamela Anderson, and more. So everybody's coming out for the Golden Globes on Sunday.
Mila Kunis giving away awards for worst acting in a movie.
I do not believe that's a category at the Golden Globes, but she certainly would be in the nominations, for sure, if that were the case. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. It is the X Rocks. I wish you were here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And quite frankly, I'm surprised it took this long for a product like this to enter into the market, but I'm interested to see your take on things, Big J, because a lot of times when you are a parent that has a child that's getting ready to enter into the driving space, they want to borrow the car to go somewhere. They're finally 16. They finally have their license. There is this
freedom,
existential dread that covers your entire body. Like, okay, can I trust my 16-year-old to drive responsibly, to drive safely, to, make sure that they're doing the right thing? And if you've ever had some second thoughts about that, let me introduce you, Big J, to the Lifesaver Intelligence Speed Assistance System. Now, this is basically a device that you can purchase for any make or model of vehicle. If you have teenage drivers or drivers that you just plain don't trust in your life, and apparently it takes just a couple of minutes to plug in and work out, and it essentially then becomes an app that gives you a limit to how much speed you can let the car go.
No. Terrible idea.
It'll go 55, and that's it, and it just won't respond any longer even if the driver puts the pedal to the metal, or whatever. And so you can also help it, like set if your car is new enough, you can make sure it has a setting that it just pays attention to whatever the speed limit is in your area, because sometimes vehicles will pick that up and register what that is based on GPS tracking. And so it can check in and basically put a restrictor cap on your vehicle to make sure if you have a lead-foot kid, it's not driving all over the place. The company says it offers real-time alerts, and it leads to using less fuel and reducing environmental impact as well, Big J, but it sounds like you hate it.
God, no.
How come?
Because I think that's dangerous. I think there are times when you might have to actually accelerate past the limit on your vehicle, and no, terrible idea. You shouldn't have any outside forces controlling your vehicle, period, whether it be your parent or anybody else. Having access to what's inside your car on an app, it's a terrible idea. There's already enough security issues with all of the technology that's in cars as it is.
Yeah, I mean, there are situations that surround you where you need to be cognizant and sometimes need to be able to do things that maybe aren't outside of what the law permits, just for your safety or maybe the safety of others. But
explain to your kid how much your insurance is going to go up if they get a speeding ticket, and then they will not be driving in your household ever again. That's what solved the problem for us. None of our kids have ever gotten a speeding ticket, which blows my mind.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, like, I'm trying to figure out the amount of sheer distrust you'd have in order to have one of these installed.
We have, from the very beginning, we have had an app that the family uses called Life 360. It's phenomenal. It's free. You can't have paid tiers, but it will keep track of your drivers and how fast they're going, et cetera. So if they're speeding, if they're on a regular basis. And so we found that out soon enough. Like, one of the kids had taken a trip, I think it was a golfing trip for Maddie, and she was driving back from Idaho Falls, and we saw that she was going 90 miles an hour, and we actually called her. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Knock it off. You're going to get a ticket. And then not long after that, she got pulled over. But I don't think she got a ticket out of that. But she was going pretty fast. So, and that was a conversation. I'm like, listen, you can speed all you want when you're paying for your own insurance. So there are apps out there that you can be able to keep track of the kids and what they're doing and how they're doing in their driving without being overly draconian in that regard.
Yeah, and actually affecting the way the vehicle operates seems like it could be a dangerous scenario.
Very dangerous.
In some cases. Now, certainly not every case. I mean, listen, majority of your drives are normal and there's no issue, but sometimes you have to do some evasive maneuvers to make sure that things go the way that they're supposed to go. Morning After with Nick and Big J coming up. We got Big J's Song of the Week. That's next on the X Rocks. That's a funeral portrait. That is Dark Thoughts here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. It is time for the first time in a long time for Big J's Song of the Week. He picks out a song to hopefully let the blood flow and get you into the weekend in a good way. First, we find out the what, then we find out the why. What do you got for us this week, Big J?
Yeah, try not to speed too much if you're driving to work right now. This is new Megadeth. It's Let There Be Shred.
All right, it's Big J's Song of the Week right now on the X. There's Big J's Song of the Week. That is Megadeth, Let There Be Shred. Big J, what you pick that song out for?
Yeah, man, it's January is Megadeth month, Nick. Megadeth releasing their final album here at the end of the month on January 23rd. It's a Friday, friends. And it's self-titled. And, you hear this track, man. Everything I've heard from this album so far, it's just going back to the beginning. It's all thrash metal. The vocalization is so early Dave Mustaine. It's great. I love it. And if you're a thrash metal fan, I gotta imagine you're pretty happy with that. They're doing something really cool at the end of the month too. It's called Behind the Mask, Nick. It's a movie that is going to be put out, and it's basically kind of retelling a bunch of the stories of Megadeth with Dave Mustaine, untold stories, etc. And you can check that out at Cinemark Majestic Theater on January 22nd at 6:30 p.m. and January 24th at 2 p.m. So if you want to get in the theater and see some of that, that's some of the stuff that's going on with the release of the album.
It'll also, as part of that movie, be the way that you can hear the album before it comes out. If you go to that 20-second screening, it's going to be part of the movie as well, so you get to hear the whole Metallica thing.
And that's what I was saying. I can't wait to hear that version of Ride the Lightning as a Metallica fan. Whatever you want to say, I'm just super excited about it. I think it's going to be really cool.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Some important stuff, and we're going to hell on the way on the X Rocks.
Man, she a legend.
S. Important stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Big J, dry January. Man, that's so 2025.
Yeah, it was last year, punks.
It's 2026. You know what the new wellness trend is, my friend, for the new year?
I don't know. I haven't heard it yet.
Get yourself on that shot, baby. Get yourself a GLP-1.
No, don't do.
It is the number one leading wellness trend in the new year, according to a new survey from United States adults. Apparently, 23% of the population currently use or have used a GLP-1 in the last 5 years. 55% of Americans are considering getting on it if they can afford it for the new year. Big J, you are markedly against this trend?
Well, no, it's not just for, I want to lose a couple pounds. That's not what this stuff is for. And you're not going to have a great experience, I think, using it in that way. So.
Yeah, I think listen, there's such a variety of them now. There's not just one type of GLP-1. Yeah. There's multiple types of them. And everybody is biologically different. And the way your body reacts to things is certainly different than one person or another. But yes, there was originally a purpose for this. It is now basically transcended into weight loss products. And now there are pills as well, so it's not just the shot. There's lots of different options that you can use if you want to get on it, and you don't even need a doctor's prescription anymore to do this stuff. And I think that's probably why people are interested in it. But yes, the journey can be a difficult one, even if it is working. Agree or disagree, Big
Yeah, yeah.
Because you've had gut problems and you've had other problems, and I don't know if you would call it, I think you're happy with the results of it, but it's been a difficult road, right?
Oh, well, as far as I'm taking Manjaro, and I'm taking a pretty high level of it, and the reason I'm doing that is because I have diabetes, and it's really good at solving some problems with your liver and with your insulin resistance. And like I have a 1AC that's below diabetes now because of this medication. And yes, it's helped me lose weight. At this point, I'm not really losing any more weight. I need to take advantage of it and start to exercise and do some, like actual muscle resistance. That would help me even better. The motivation thing is difficult for me on that. But yeah, it's come with some costs. Like, and as somebody who has type 2 diabetes now, I shouldn't be drinking soda anyways, but I haven't had soda in like 6 months. And I accidentally had something with carbonation in it over Thanksgiving, and it ruined me for like 3 weeks. So that's the kind of thing that you run into that you can have as side effects on some of these medications. So just be aware.
With you now, kind of like, are you technically out of the diabetic kind of like level? You know what I mean? Like the threshold?
Well, on medication, yeah. If I wasn't taking the Manjaro, I would not have a 1AC below diabetes
so
level.
This is lifetime medicine for you.
I don't necessarily think so. I mean, if I can keep it down there enough, you can kind of start to repair a little bit of the damage that's done, especially when I started taking it before, like, I hadn't had diabetes for years and didn't know about it. It was maybe a year or so. It was that COVID year where I didn't get a blood test and didn't do the typical wellness stuff you usually do, is where we caught it. And so it was fairly young. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think COVID had a lot to do with me getting that diabetes. It kind of pushed my body over the edge when it maybe wouldn't have. That's happened to a lot of people in a lot of different autoimmune diseases. So it's very interesting. They're still researching that connection. But to be fair, I mean, I obviously thought at some point I'm going to get diabetes. Fat guys, that's what happens. I mean, it's just nature's course, I guess. And then, of course, with all the garbage that we've been putting in our bodies. And I took it seriously immediately, Nick, because I know people who, like a guy we know, lost his other leg recently.
Yeah, both legs.
Yeah, both legs now. So that's because he never took his diabetes seriously. And I don't want to be in that camp. So, you do what you have to do. But these medications can certainly help you. If you're trying to lose weight, it can do some real good. But you have to put in work.
Yeah, it's not just magic.
Yeah.
And there are side effects that can impact you. Not everybody, but there are some. And that's why everybody's different. But this is like, it's being treated like the magic pill we've been waiting on for centuries, to help us lose weight. And it can be that, but it not necessarily is absolutely that. And it certainly wasn't its natural purpose.
You can use it to redefine how you eat. And that is what's really important when it comes to your health.
Yeah. Big J, it is Wildcard Weekend, and as we have previously spoken about. And so now we turn to the sports books, the professional gamblers, to figure out who they think is going to be holding up the Lombardi Trophy on February 8th in Santa Clara, California. And if you believe FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, and other Las Vegas kind of sports books, the odds-on favorite is, Big J, any guesses?
Yeah, I know. The Seahawks?
Yes, the Seattle Seahawks. They are the favorite to win it all, according to all of these sports books. They've got themselves plus territory for all of the favorites. They're plus 420 at FanDuel, 330 at DraftKings, 375 at BetMGM. That puts them in the favorite position. Playoff team with the longest odds, Big J. Any guesses on that?
Probably the Niners.
No, the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
They are at plus 20,000 at all of basically the casinos and the apps. So that's where the odds makers believe the playoffs are going to play out. And, of course, Seattle has a bye. They also have the number 1 seed. Seattle is a tough place to go in and play. And so that is probably why they're picking them to make it happen. Agree or disagree, Big J?
Yeah.
Big J, some fans were very excited. I know my son texted me as soon as he heard the news. I don't think he's been this excited about a movie in a very long time. Yeah. Paramount Pictures announced that there will be a new Jackass movie hitting theaters on June 26th of this year.
Wait, he's a huge Jackass fan?
He is a huge Jackass fan.
No. Is that concerning?
No, because he doesn't want to do it. He just thinks it's funny.
Okay.
Johnny Knoxville announced the return through an Instagram post. Of course, they're getting ready to kick off new Fear Factor, and they have announced that Jackass is coming back. It'll hit theaters on June 26th, but that's the official announcement. The film follows 2022's Jackass Forever, which was a huge hit in theaters.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Big J, Bam Margera is back. Now, not like you think.
What?
He will not be filming any new footage, but he has reached an agreement to put together some previously unseen archival footage that they filmed for Jackass Forever that then was removed from the film because Bam Margera was removed from the production. So Bam will appear in the Jackass movie, just not new footage. It's stuff that they filmed in 2022.
But at least that's something.
Yeah.
Like, are they maybe repairing their relationship?
It sounds like everybody appears to be somewhat happy, but, you know, listen, these guys are now in their 50s, and, like, Johnny Knoxville's going to be more of a host than doing the stunts himself. They've got that whole new crew that they kind of introduced in Jackass Forever, and they're bringing those guys back and girls back, and so I listen, I had fun with Jackass Forever. I am a Jackass fan as well, and
You're just a jackass.
My kid is over the moon that this is happening.
Now,
he's very excited.
Is that something he'll go to the theater for?
Oh, no, he's already said we're there opening day. And I'm like, all right,
Oh,
dude,
wow.
let's go.
That's got to be exciting.
Oh, listen, the last movie I saw in theaters with him was the awful Borderlands movie. So, yes, I'm very excited
Would it
to
be
see.
too much to do a morning after the movies podcast?
With him?
Yes.
I don't know. I can ask. He might be excited.
Like, that would be awesome, man. Because people have no idea how funny this kid is. No idea.
I will ask him if he wants to be a part of the fun. And we will see. So, yeah, maybe something to look forward to in June 26th. Now, you're not a Jackass fan, though, right?
I mean, I can take it or leave it. I'm not going to go out of my way, but I sure as hell would be there for that.
Yeah, he's very excited for it. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We got some important stuff in the bag. Now we got to look forward to We're Going to Hell. That's next on the X Rocks.
That are incredibly f***ed up. Oh man, we're going to hell.
Oh, you know they're both going to hell, right?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Today's We're Going to Hell story is another example of how the internet can be just the worst place in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the problems with using the phrase do your own research a lot or do your research is sometimes when a lot of people are left to their own devices, we'll find the deepest, darkest corners of the internet in their own little echo chambers and find some of the worst possible advice and stories and things that they could possibly get, but then take it as gospel, and there becomes the problem. You understand?
Yeah.
Not everything on the internet is 100% true, even mostly true. And so that is why you have to be incredibly careful. And the only reason we know anything about this is because the following story was published in the New England Journal of Medicine. So obviously names are withheld. All I have is a first name, and that is Shane. Shane is a 23-year-old man from the United States of America, Big J. And he's 23, and he was having a little problem going to the bathroom. And he's like, man, I'm 23. I should not be having this problem going to the bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what kind of problem?
I mean, he was just like, according to the actual story, it's like access dribbling when he was going, you understand?
Oh, yeah.
Things were a little bit messy than he wanted them to be, I suppose, when he was going number one. So to the internet he went, Big J.
Uh-oh.
And he started looking around for home remedies for some issues going to the bathroom. And he came across a bizarre folk remedy that talked about miraculous effects to any kind of problems you were having with your bladder. And so he's like, so let's go. First thing he does, Big J, is he goes to a pet store and he buys himself a live leech.
Oh, no. What is this, medieval times?
Mistake number one.
Come on, dude.
After finally getting his hands on the little bloodsucker, the man followed online instructions and proceeded to insert the leech into his bladder through the urethra. Big
What?
J.
No! Inside your body? Oh, my God.
Now, about 15 minutes later, he realized that mistakes were made because there was some real pain issues going on there, right?
Oh, my God.
Then 2 days later, he realized, man, I haven't gone to the bathroom at all since I stuck that leech in my urethra. That can't be right. It resulted in a urethral obstruction that caused him pain and made it impossible to urinate.
Oh, my God.
But here's the thing,
This guy's
Big
too
J.
dumb to live.
The leech didn't remain in the urethra. You understand? It doesn't just like carve up a home and just stay
man.
there.
Where'd it go?
It crawled its way into his bladder.
Oh, what's
Now,
it doing in there now?
That's where
Sucking up all the urine?
There's lots of blood in there. And so he attached the leech attached to the walls of the bladder, made its way into other sensitive organs, and then started releasing its anticoagulants. And so now it's starting to thicken up things in there. You understand?
Yeah, it's like you're trying to make a gravy and you put too much damn flour in there, and now it's just all just globbed up.
So now Shane's in some real pain. Like, everything hurts. So he had no choice but to report to the emergency room of a local hospital, where doctors were shocked to hear what's going on. Ultrasound confirmed that he did, in fact, have a leech alive in his bladder. And so doctors prepared for an emergency surgery to remove the parasite and save the dude's life. It took about 14 hours to complete the surgery. The hospital's urology department performed what's called a transurethral bladder foreign body removal surgery.
Jesus, there's a name for it?
Yes. They successfully removed the leech, who you better believe Big J was still alive when they got it out of there.
Well, yeah.
And bigger than ever. It was a big old fat leech.
Probably the happiest thing that ever happened to that leech.
Not surprisingly, after the leech was removed, Shane was immediately able to urinate normally again. Again, his pain also subsided. This unusual incident has been used by doctors and published in medical journals as a cautionary tale meant to motivate you and everybody else out there that finds some sort of weird miracle kind of remedy that was used back in the 1800s or 1600s or whatever as not a good idea. Maybe take on science-backed medical treatments instead of miracle remedies found online, so that you don't end up with a leech inside of your bladder. Now, on top of that, the surgery is probably going to be a mitigating factor in Shane's rest of his life. He's probably going to have chronic pain, urinary dysfunction, and urethral structural problems for the rest of his days because he shoved the leech up there.
No, Nick, because he's a moron.
Yes.
Like a complete moron.
I mean, again, he must have read something on the internet that convinced him this was a smart move. It was not, but that's the problem when, you are not smart and you try to look up your own things and you get convinced that this stuff is going to work.
Go to doctor, stick something up my junk. Which one is the right thing to do?
I'd say go to the doctor.
Yeah, moron.
But also, he probably didn't even have that much of a problem to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this reminds me, this is just the category too dumb to live.
Yeah. But he's going to live, Big J. He is going to be just fine. May have some problems urinating for the rest of his day.
I think this is more of a factor of Final Destination, and he's not around much longer.
Death is going to be chasing him down.
There's no way this guy can survive.
Just leave the leeches alone. Can we agree on that?
Next time, use a slug.
No,
okay?
don't put anything
up your urethra. Put a slug right up your junk.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X-Rocks. That's the Foo Fighters All My Life here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, there is a new movie that is out in theaters today. It is called Primate. You're familiar with the concept, right?
Yes, of course.
And because, or maybe in celebration of that movie finally hitting theaters and people getting a whole new level of horror attached to monkeys and chimpanzees, I bring you some news about chimpanzees that maybe you didn't know and adds a whole new layer to their personality and maybe kind of makes sense why some of them are aggressive, Big J. They did a new study. The studies for chimpanzees never really go away, but this is for particularly chimpanzees in the wild. A real Jane Goodall situation here, you understand? Yeah. And so they monitored them for about the last 25 years, this time paying kind of close attention to their diet. Just seeing what kind of food they eat, and you probably aren't surprised to find out that most chimpanzees have a fruit-based diet. A lot of fruit is in their diet, you understand?
Right.
And I don't know if you know this, but in the wild, a lot of the fruit will naturally ferment. You're familiar with the concept, right?
Oh, yeah, so they're drunk all the time?
Dude, chimpanzees are hammered.
Listen, that would explain their behavior. Like, they're acting crazy, they're throwing their own crap at each other. I mean, they're just up there a bunch of drunkards, man.
Turns out alcohol is about 14% of their daily diet.
Oh, my God. And they're tiny, usually.
Right.
Like, we're not talking apes here. We're talking chimpanzees. So, they're 80 pounds maybe?
Now, you kind of talked about some of the more irrational behavior, but a majority of the wild chimpanzees actually act pretty responsibly. They treat fermented fruit kind of like a natural buffet. Most of them sip it up in safe amounts, but over time, as the night goes on and the day goes on, and the more food they eat and the more they take care of, by like 6, 7 o'clock at the night, those chimpanzees are pretty lit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so even though they do a good job of regulating during the day, they still are drinking a lot of fermented fruit over the course of their daily diet.
I had no idea.
Drunk. I mean, either.
Not an idea, man. That makes so much sense.
And so maybe this is why some chimpanzees are aggressive and angry when they get domesticated. They're detoxing. You know what I mean? They're hammered and they're coming down from, like, alcoholics can be angry sometimes.
I'd like to share with you another experience, Nick, from 5-year-old Big J in England and the London Zoo. All right. And it's one of those things where it's like a safari. Like, it's so big that there's a safari. They keep them in the wild, right? The animals, right? And so there's two options to go. Well, at least there was at the time. This is back 1984, 85, where you can tour the fun of the zoo there, and you can go on a tour bus. And, of course, they point out everything. That's great.
Yeah.
Or you can take your own car, Nick. And that's what my family chose to do.
A real safari.
It was me, my sister Sidri, her husband at the time, Mark, and my mom. And we're in the car. I'm in the back. My mom's in the back. And, I've talked about the tiger experience before. We were chased by a tiger. It took out our taillight. That was horrifying. But before we got there, there's like this, you go around this corner, and all of a sudden, out of the tree line comes a bunch of baboons. And they'll jump on your car. You got to be careful when you're driving. You don't want to run them over, that sort of thing. I don't choose to drive your own self through this safari, by the way, if you ever go. And then they disappear. They go into the other side of the jungle. Well, they're waiting for you on the other side.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then they jump up on your car, and they start ripping it apart. And they're eating, like these baboons are eating the rubber off of your windshield wipers. I mean, it's insanity.
Are you encouraged to feed them? Like, they
No.
give you food? Okay.
Oh, God,
so you're just
no.
like driving with all your windows up slowly through.
Yeah, it was a big mistake and horrifying. Enough for a 5-year-old to remember,
Yeah, to be terrified
Almost
of
50 years
monkeys
later.
and tigers.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
We should do a whole show just on my trip and the things that I remember. Because really, it was nothing but horrorscape.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything good from my trip to England.
It sounds like it was a family vacation
Madame
trauma.
Tussauds Wax Museum, Nick.
Oh yeah, that's a nightmare fuel right there.
Well, here's the thing. No, there's a basement to Madame Tussauds
Right.
Wax Museum.
Where they keep the ones not on display.
Well, they're on display. It's just not the nice
Oh, it's like the darker side of history kind of thing?
medieval times, torture rooms, the kind of stuff. I mean, it was awful.
They should not have taken a 5-year-old down
had
there.
nightmares for years.
Why would your family take you down
Because
to the torture
they're
stuff?
insane. Because I was elated that I saw JR. I recognize
Dallas?
him from Dallas.
Yeah. Sounds like the monkeys might have been the best part of the trip.
It might have been. You're right.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, some important stuff as well as your pop culture smackdown. It's the X Rocks.
Important stuff.
Launch newsfeed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff is brought to you by CopenRoss. We are now less than an hour away for you grabbing some deals at xrock.com for Be Our Guest. 9 o'clock this morning, this deal goes live. You throw down $25, we'll give you $50 to go check out CopenRoss Crafthouse and Grill and enjoy some great craft beers. There's more than 60 on tap. They also have cider and wine. Plus, you can enjoy some great pub-style favorites when it comes to food, sandwiches, wraps, salads, whatever you want. You can get some grub, grab yourself a pint or two, and have yourself a wonderful dinner out a couple of times over. If you take advantage of Be Our Guest, throw down $25. We'll give you $50 to CopenRoss beginning at 9 o'clock this morning at xrock.com while supplies last. Go check it out. Big J, half of Americans are now saying that they are wanting to do a little bit more disconnecting from digital devices to improve their mental health. The survey of Americans in 2026 show that basically the younger you are, ironically enough, the more likely you are to disconnect from your cell phone and basically digital services in order to better your mental health substantially. 63% of Gen X, 57% of millennials say that, you know what, I'm going to go offline at some point this year to enjoy just life. Whereas 42% of Gen X people say that that's an option. So once you get older, you're less likely to disconnect from your devices, which is crazy because you think the younger people are more addicted, but it turns out, Big J, you are.
What?
That's right.
No.
Yeah, I think Gen X feels like we have more built-in excuses as why not to. You know what I mean? I can't do it for my job for whatever reason.
We built this thing, punks.
And so there is that. But digital disconnection does help people feel more productive, helps them feel more present with loved ones, a little bit more aware of your daily life, and, it can actually improve your mental health. Spending excessive screen time, you can feel overwhelmed, anxiety is on the rise, and then basically you have some sort of disconnection from real life in there as well, and any kind of authentic connection that you may have. So it's I think at this point we all know heads in our phones, always on social media is a bad thing. It's the question, can you disconnect? Because it's clear that it's better for you to do so. Even if it's just for a little bit of time, you doing that can actually improve so much. But it's easier said than done for a lot of people. Big J, playing back-to-back nights in the NBA is probably the least favorite part of the schedule for NBA players. And if you're LeBron James, he's kind of put the word out. He's not going to play back-to-back games pretty much ever again. That part of his career is over.
What happened? Well, I guess they don't have him in the playoffs.
No, they don't. When James was asked about playing the end of back-to-back Wednesday night against the San Antonio Spurs, James says, quote, "I'm 41 years old, man. Every back-to-back for the rest of the season, probably not going to happen. I'm 41. I got the most minutes in NBA history, so you can bank that right now, okay?" And so James did sit out. The Lakers did lose. His next chance to skip a back-to-back comes next week as the Lakers visit Sacramento on Monday and host Atlanta on Tuesday. So there's that. But this is pretty much standard operating procedure for a lot of NBA superstars at this point. Usually the more veteran you are, the more likely you are to skip it, period. But, you're guaranteed if you're a superstar, you're missing, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these back-to-backs when you have 7, 8, or 9 on the schedule. It's just they don't do it. And a lot of people are upset about it, but that's been standard operating procedure for, I want to say, the last decade in the NBA.
I mean, workloads have been a thing for a while now.
Sure. Absolutely. So you're just not getting...
It's absolute garbage.
I just remember, obviously a lot of times these back-to-backs happen on the road because they're traveling, and teams pay, or like visiting teams pay to see these players that don't play in their town and get very upset when LeBron James doesn't suit up when it's your only chance to see him in your backyard. But they don't give a bleep about that, Big J. No offense. Yeah. Season 2 of The Pit just premiered on HBO Max, and it is going gangbusters. The first season is winning all the awards. It'll probably take some home this Sunday at the Golden Globes as well. And so it's not a surprise that HBO has ordered a third season of The Pit. That has been confirmed on Thursday. The series star Noah Wiley will be back as a part of an emergency room team in Pittsburgh. Each 15-episode season follows just one hospital shift, with every episode covering an hour, so it's like 24, Big J. All of this stuff is in real time. The Pit premiered last year. It earned 13 Emmy nods, winning 5, and we'll see how it does at the Golden Globes this weekend. But it is a very good show. I have not watched the first part of Season 2 yet, but I am incredibly excited that it is back. It's a really, really, really good show. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We will test your pop culture knowledge for a prize. That's next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic inside the TDS Fiber Traffic Center on 100.3.
Pop Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, and it's time to give away some tickets, baby, as we have coming to town here on Friday. January 16th, Friday, January 16th, at the Knitting Factory, the Foo Fighters, a tremendous Foo Fighter tribute band that will rock you out all night long, and it's all free. You just got to call up here and beat me in Pop Culture Smackdown. It's pretty easy this week.
If you think you got what it takes, get on the horn, 208-287-1003. In order to claim this prize today, you're going to have to know a little bit about prequel spinoffs.
Oh.
Big J, you're going to have to know about the world of comedy. You understand? So if you think you've got the skills, 208-287-1003. Best of luck. Big J, are you ready?
No.
Hello, the X.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man? What's your name?
Sam.
All right, Sam, you're up first. Sam, Better Call Saul is a prequel spinoff of what acclaimed crime drama?
Breaking Bad.
That is correct.
Right.
Big J, in the iconic movie Airplane, what meal made the flight crew and some of the passengers sick?
Fish.
Right.
Correct. Sam, back to you. Young Sheldon is a spin-off prequel of what hit comedy series?
Big Bang Theory.
Correct. Big J, in the TV show The Simpsons, what color is the Simpsons refrigerator?
I want to say pink.
No, I'm sorry. It's not pink.
That's what I'm seeing.
It's
Blue?
Nope, it is not blue. Wrong. It's one of the colors in the rainbow. I'll give you that hint.
Mm-hmm. Yellow?
Nope. Wrong. That's their skin color, of course. Sam, you win no matter what. At this point, do you have a guess?
I don't actually know.
The Simpsons refrigerator is green. Right. And has been since the very first episode. Sam, good job. Hang on
What?
1 second.
I have to know.
What?
Where did that question come from?
Well-
What was happening that you were like, you know what? This will be a great question.
Jackson is in the middle of a rewatch of The Simpsons. So
Okay.
I'm getting a lot of Simpsons
Early Simpsons,
trivia
yeah.
as we go. And it's like in every single episode. And I'm like, that's a weird color for a refrigerator. So
That is by far one of the most interesting Simpsons questions that's ever existed.
Oh, stick around. Sam, hang on 1 second. We'll
I never
hook
get
you-
back into watching The Simpsons.
We'll hook you up with those Foos Fighters tickets. Enjoy that on us next Friday. There's your pop culture smackdown. It's the X Rocks. That's the latest from Wolfgang Van Halen. That's The Spell here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. It is Friday. It is time. It's a brand new year. It's time to welcome back in our friends from the Comedy Lounge. Coral joins us this morning. Hi, Coral.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming back
Yay.
in. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
And as I'm looking ahead, the Comedy Lounge is honestly living up to its name over the course of the next couple weeks. It's pretty bonkers, right?
Not even the next couple weeks, like the next couple months.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got a chance to look at our calendar, but it is just ludicrous. Like just multiple days, 3 to 4 days of comedy a week, and just a ludicrous lineup. Like, I'm so excited about this. We've got AJ Wilkerson, Captain Autism coming in. Eddie Gosling's going to be here next weekend. We've got some great female comics as well. We've got Billy Lee and Laura Peak coming in. They've got amazing credits. So I'm really, really excited about this lineup. And Jen has just been geeking out. She's like, look at what I did.
Yeah.
She's very proud of her calendar. It's very good.
It is.
And tonight and tomorrow we have comedy as well. If you missed it last night, because we had a good show last night, but we've got 2 more chances to see JC Currais. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. And I'm going to pass the mic because this dude's funny.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
what's
good
going
to see
on,
you again,
guys?
brother. How are you, man?
I am excellent. How you dudes doing?
Very good. Very good. Thank you for making some time and coming on in. Welcome back. I know.
Love it. Love mornings. It's my favorite.
This is why you do the
Ready
comedy.
to be
Yeah.
buddy. Listen, I literally started stand-up comedy so I could come in and do 15-minute radio segments at 8 in the morning. That's what I...
Well, mission accomplished.
I did
You
it.
made it.
I did it.
You made it, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
It's good to see you again. Is it difficult to travel away from home this time of year? Well, I know it's playoff time. You're a huge Rams fan.
Huge Rams fan.
So what are you thinking as we get into the playoffs, Jason?
I'm so excited. We're away, so we fell apart. I'll say it. I will come out and say it. Everything fell apart for us in the end, but I think the adversity is going to make us turn around, and we're going to take Carolina. We got them on Saturday at 125 or 225 here. I don't know times.
It's
I'm in
okay.
different zones.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're right on, I think.
Yeah, 225.
Not to jinx anything, but
Yes.
both Big J and I like your team coming out of the NFC.
Oh,
We think that they're
don't jinx
set up.
me. Don't do it. No, come on, guys.
Wait, no.
Yeah, you said you like the Rams going to the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, a possibility.
Sure.
Oh, a
Now
possibility.
Well, here's the
he's
thing.
rolling it back.
I'm a Niners fan.
Oh,
So-
you dirty dog.
Listen, I don't have as much beef with the Rams as
Yeah.
a lot of Niners fan might. My beef is with that other team. That's,
Seahawks.
Yeah. The
Oh, no one
Seagulls.
likes the Seahawks. Dirty birds.
Yeah.
I don't like them. Seabirds, gross.
Yeah.
They smell bad. All of them are very noisy. Why? Don't ruin my beach. Get out of here, seabird. Seabird, leave me be.
Yeah.
So
no, I
we-
don't like them at all. I don't like the Niners either.
Yeah, well, you go to hell.
Did this
Listen,
become a sportscast?
I like
Yeah,
it. Listen,
sorry.
hey,
Okay.
guys, come
Football
on.
time. It's the
Come on.
playoffs.
Playoffs.
We have to
Well,
talk.
we were talking about travel too. It's hard traveling during this time. And January is tough for getting. It's nice because now everyone can escape their families. That's where we're at this point, right,
Yep.
guys?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we did it. We did all the holidays. Now it's January. Time to be free. and get out and have some laughs. Come get him tonight, baby.
If you want to check out JC, he's got a couple of shows ready to go. You can go to theloungeboise.com and click on the ticket link, and boom, you're good to go. You can pick out your show. You can pick out where you want to be, and definitely have a very good time as you're going to be out here for the weekend kind of doing some comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Is the travel catching up to you? Is it still something that you enjoy to do?
You know, it's tough. I'm a big dude, so when I travel, it's a little tougher, you know?
Sure.
But honestly, I like it. No one likes, I love to fly. People don't love when I fly. Those are the facts.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't
good for
care.
you.
It's my
Good.
favorite now. Now when I show up to the airport 4 or 5 hours early, and I just wait in lines for planes that I'm not going to board. Just really put the fear in them,
Just
you know?
to mess with. Oh,
Just
man.
mess with them. Wander up. Really full-looking ones, too. Wander over and be like, hey, brother, I got me a middle seat. I've been eating beans all week.
That's absolutely hilarious.
Love it.
It's very, very funny. But you've been doing this for a while, man, and now you're also doing the acting thing.
Yes.
Is there a preference there? Do you? I mean, obviously you love stand-up comedy, but
do.
you enjoy getting on sets and doing that stuff.
Oh, I love it so much. Well, you know what it is? It's like a first love. Like stand-up was what did everything and started all of it. But the acting, I'm bitten by the bug. I love it so much. It's just a different challenge, you know? Like stepping into and again, I've done some cool acting and I've done some silly acting. You know, I've done some like Disney Channel where it's like, hey, I got a banana peel and I fell down. Like, you know, I've done that. And that's fun too. It's great.
Yeah.
And then doing the serious stuff is pretty cool too. So it's like, it's just a different dynamic and trying to make sure that you're going into this world with the respect that it's due, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Actors are looking at me like, why is this guy here? He didn't do the training and all that stuff. I was just like, yeah, but I farted a lot, and now here I am.
Well, I mean, it's serious stuff. You were in Babylon, right?
Yes, yeah, that was awesome.
I mean, I've watched that movie. I don't think I'll ever be able to get high enough to actually enjoy Babylon the way it's meant to be seen. But it's a crazy movie with a ton of stuff going on.
Insane. Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Damien Chazelle. I mean, it's an epic. And it's one of those where you're just like, how did he even come up with all the storylines that are all crisscrossing and everything? It was such a blast. I was on set for like a whole month.
Wow.
And I'm in the movie for 7 minutes.
Wow.
Like, it's insane. Like,
Yeah.
like it was a lot of crazy scene. I have a giant scene with like a fake elephant and all this stuff. It was a really amazing time. It's definitely the biggest thing I've ever worked on. And you're shocked at the scope.
Yeah,
You
because it's a
know?
period piece
Yeah.
too. So there's
Yes.
all this throwback stuff and period specific kind of things going on.
I mean, the shoes I wore were from the 1920s.
Oh no, that sounds awful.
It was terrible. My feet bled. I don't know how people walked back then. I literally do not understand. Like, shoes weren't shoes. They were just like, well, we'll just put some wood on the ground and give it a shot, hey? Come on, good old boy. Da, 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 da.
Did you like double, triple up socks to make it somewhat portable, or
No. They want it's everything. Everything I'm wearing was either made specifically from fabric from that time period, or like it. So socks were also like he wanted it like that.
Wow,
he was on it.
It
He was
is.
on one, if you will.
Which, not to be offensive
Yeah.
here, but, you know, that period of time, there wasn't a lot of us
big
guys our size
Oh,
walking
yeah.
around back then.
for
Like,
sure.
you go to any museum and you look at stuff from World War II and you're like, how did dudes fit in that?
They
and I'm like,
didn't.
wait a second.
They were tiny.
They were just
Yeah.
smaller
Yeah.
people.
Humans
back
were
then.
not the same size.
Crazy.
Yeah, so like I'm like a truck driver in it, and the cabin, like the cab,
Yeah.
you know, was too small for me to be in it. And also, I don't drive stick because I'm a real man, you know. And so then they had to have a stunt driver in the cabin with me, and he's driving it. So in the scene, I pull up, and then he dives out the front of it where the camera can't see him, and then I slide over and step out the door.
very nice.
It was crazy.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
you have done some comedy, you have done some drama. Is there a preference? Do you like kind of stretching those drama muscles a little bit? Or
A little bit.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of like being able to like be in that world, but comedy's where it's at.
Yeah.
It's just more fun.
Very interested in it. And I just looked up this today and saw a couple of clips of it, but just roll with it on Disney Plus
Yeah.
that you're a part of.
Uh-huh.
That seems like a really fun concept. What is it
So
all
fun.
about?
So fun. So basically, the show was your standard like TGIF sitcom, family sitcom, super fun. And then 3 times a show, a bullhorn goes off. And then we have to improv the full scene. Like a big stunt happens. And basically it throws the whole show out of whack, and the audience got to vote on it. It was this very fun, silly concept, and Trevor Moore was one of the producers, and from Whitest Kids You Know, and Adam Small was the other one who created Mad TV. So really great, professional, fantastic comedians creating that show. So
awesome.
It was highbrow for Disney Channel, so it was really, really fun to like learn and work on that.
And improv, right?
Oh,
Which has got to be one of the cool things to do on a set.
It was just cool because like learning how to do the live stuff, because it felt like a play every week.
Yeah.
You know, because it's in front of a live studio audience, and then there is that like element of improv. It was like you're on that high wire, which was really fun.
Yeah.
So it actually gave me that feeling that I got from stand-up, where it's like, this is all happening right now.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing.
You got a Fairly movie in the can, too? Is that happening?
I do,
Nice.
yeah. Driver's Ed. It should be coming out. I think they're trying to figure out distribution right now. Bobby Fairley directed it. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited about it. It's like a teen, it's like a throwback to like a road trip comedy. It's like a bunch of kids steal a driver's ed car and they go on a wacky adventure. And I'm one of the guys they run along the way.
Awesome.
You know, I play like an antagonist of sorts. It's really fun.
Ooh, I get to be a bad guy.
I got to be a bad guy. I got to shoot a fake gun. It was the coolest. I had more fun on that set than I've had in a long, long time. It's just a really fun dynamic with those guys. You know, Bobby's very loose, and then me and him became fast friends, and he was like, hey, what do you got? Ideas. Like, he helped me. I just rewrote scenes with him.
Nice.
On the fly. It was awesome.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was a dream come true. He is like a comedy legend, you know?
Yeah.
And you think about like the scenes that like in Dumb and Dumber, you know, when Harlan Williams is drinking the beer full of pee, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of my character has that kind of element to him.
Man.
So it felt like I was like, wow, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm really doing it. And I was like, I
awesome.
did it, Papa. I do good for you. I was just trying to make him happy. Every take I'd walk up, Papa, did I do good? Did I make the fat funny for you? I try so hard.
And I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. JC is incredibly funny, full of energy. You're going to get a great show whether you go tonight or tomorrow night at the Comedy Lounge.
Or both, baby.
Hit him up, baby. LoungeBoise.com to grab your tickets for either show. You can also get them at the door. We want people to follow you as well, JC. What's the best place to do that, my man?
So Instagram, TikTok, all at JC Comedian. Super easy to find. JC Comedian. Boom. You'll find me on anything. And then they can also check out my Don't Tell Comedy half-hour special on the Don't Tell Comedy YouTube channel. It's called Cat Daddy. Give it a shot.
Do exactly that. JC, always good to catch up with you. Thank you for coming in, brother. Coral, great to see you. Thank
Great
you for
to see you
coming
as
in,
well.
too.
Thank
Morning
you, guys.
After with Nick and Big J. We're going to talk a little bit about Be Our Guest next on the X. Morning After with Nick and Big J. You've heard us talking about it all week. It is another opportunity for you to be our guest at xrock.com. You can grab $50 worth of fun at CopenRoss for just $25. And it's an honor to welcome back into the studio our friend Kevin with CopenRoss. How you doing, man?
Hey, good morning. It's great to be back. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you back in the studio, man. Welcome back. Congratulations. Hope you had a great Christmas and great New Year. And now you're back on for Be Our Guest. It's an opportunity for people to try out your wonderful, we talk a lot about the great craft beers, but the food at CopenRoss is pretty amazing as well, right?
Well, we certainly think it is. We went through an awful lot of trial and error trying to get it right. So it wasn't just customary bar food. We certainly tried to elevate that a lot. The response has certainly been positive. So we think we got it right, but it really is a case of constant improvement.
Beautiful. So it's a great place to go if you're looking for a bite to eat, lunch, dinner, whatever you want. And of course, you know, it's a craft house as well. You have 60 rotating taps there. What are some of the keys that you and the crew over there look for when you're trying to figure out what kind of beverages you want to bring in and put into rotation there?
So the criteria really is, one, we try to check nearly every box, which is to say we have a very broad spectrum of craft beer and craft cider. We don't do any of the typical stuff. In other words, you're not going to get a Bud Light there. You're not going to get a Coors Light. Nothing wrong with that beer. But we just try to find things that are much more unique. And the goal really, when somebody comes in, is to hopefully be pleasantly surprised. Like, wow, I had no idea beer could do this. And I think it's fair to say that beer is fundamental to life. I don't know who'd argue that point. So we really just try to broaden the spectrum as far as what's available out there.
And you know what? And that's what I love when I go in there is, sometimes you walk into a place and it's 42 IPAs and then a couple sours and a couple stouts, but you do a really good job of mixing it up and being eclectic and making sure there's some balance there and there's a little bit more to choose from.
Yes, that is absolutely the case. And the good news is anybody that comes in, because we realize that so much of what we have, you're not going to recognize the names. You might not even recognize that type of beer. You can sample whatever you like.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the important part is, the sampling and just finding the right stuff, because sometimes if people, get something that they don't like or they didn't think was right for them, and that might, leave a bad taste in their mouth, I guess. But getting the chance to just sample stuff is so easy to do, right? If you're a place like you guys, it's just giving everybody the opportunity to see what is on the menu and how it is. I like that fact. And I'm allergic to beer, so I don't get to drink beer.
My God.
But, ciders and things like that, I love doing that. What? What's so funny?
No, you just said, my God. It was a wonderful response to you saying you're allergic to beer.
Listen, it was a revelation to me. It was very upsetting. But it's kind of like, that sucks.
Well, we do have 16 handles of hard cider on right now.
That might be the most.
That
might be the most around in the Treasure Valley. Like, that's a lot.
It very well could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to your point, we want to make it simple. Just come in and enjoy things. Like even a lot of our regulars who come in, I know what they drink, but they come in and there is some enthusiasm for trying all the things that are new, and that really is the point. Just have fun with it.
Yeah. Kevin here with CopenRoss. You can grab yourself $50 worth at xrock.com right now. All you have to do is click the Be Our Guest link, throw down $25, and you are good to go for a couple of visits to CopenRoss and take care of some fun out there. Let's talk about location, sir. People want to find you. Where can they do that here in the Treasure Valley?
So we are going to be located at 5120 West Overland Road. You got the Albertsons Plaza in the back. We are right up front on the corner.
It's a beautiful location. It's a great spot if you're looking for something in this area that you want to check out. Maybe you haven't tried before. That's exactly what Be Our Guest is about. And then my guess is once you go in, you'll find your new favorite craft house or your new favorite restaurant. There's a lot of great stuff going on there. And Kevin, congratulations to you and your staff. We appreciate you coming in, man.
Hey, thank you again. And thanks to everybody for supporting us. Thank you.
Yeah, great 2026.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, and it's time to hook it up with some tickets, baby. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are hitting the Knitting Factory on Saturday, February 21st. We'll give you an opportunity to go check out some amazing tribute music from the Red Hot Chili Peppers for absolutely free. You're just going to call in, figure out these clues, and identify who I'm pretending to be, and they're yours.
Is it a real person today?
It's a real damn famous person.
Whoa, then
straight up.
You're going to want to get on the phone, 208-287-1003. Big J's going to give you 3 clues. Hopefully those clues will lead you in the direction of that famous person he's trying to impersonate. If you can nail it down in 3 clues or less, congratulations. It is you going to this show in February, and maybe, just maybe, that makes your day. We'll find out. Hello, the X. Oh, hello? Hello? Hello?
No!
Hello? Hello? Hello?
It's okay. Call back.
No, they're gone. No, they're gone. I tried. I said it like 8 times, but they're gone. So if you want to go to the Red Hot Chili Pepper Show, you need to get on the phone, 208-287-1003, to see if you can figure out who Big J is trying to be to claim this prize. Are you ready, Big J?
Yeah.
We'll see. Hello, the X.
Hello.
What's up, man? What's your name?
Jimmy.
All right, you're up first. Good luck.
I got my big breaks in Hollywood in the early 80s in movies like Taps, All the Right Moves, Legend, and The Outsiders.
Oh, what's the next one?
Nick gave me a visible thumb up. He knows who it is.
I do.
That led me to starring in roles in movies like Top Gun, The Color of Money, and Cocktails.
Oh, what's the last one?
I built my own franchise called Mission Impossible as Ethan Hunt.
So, Tom Cruise.
It is Tom Cruise.
Nailed it. Hang on 1 second, and we will make sure that you are all set up for that show in February. Well done, my friend. Why is Thomas Cruise in the news?
You know, I think it's surprising that this hasn't happened yet. And I imagine that you could probably say, in some respects, in some of these movies that Tom Cruise has starred in, that he's probably shadow directed the movie himself. His love of movies and film, he knows everything there is to know about how to make a movie. Let's say I did a bad impression of him last year, and it was basically him and Glenn Powell talking about doing stuff. But he has so in depth in all this, and I don't know why, but he was found himself on the set of Sean Levy's new movie that they're directing, The Starfighter, that new Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
And apparently what happened is Levy, somebody had, I don't know if he was there to say hi or whatever, but he described this. He said, crews arrived in set in a helicopter that November morning as the crew blared Mission Impossible theme over the loudspeakers, okay? He said before long, he was behind the camera and up to his ankles in mud and pond water. So Levy, who in disbelief quipped that when you see this movie, you'll know that part of this was shot by Tom. And how cool is that? Basically, he was kind of kidding around with him and goes, hey, you want to, direct this particular scene? And he's like, sure.
Yeah.
So he hopped in. And at some point, he's going to jump into directing, and we'll see what that lands. But the Starfighter, basically, this was a huge lightsaber scene. So we're going to get a lightsaber scene of some kind from Starfighter, and Tom directed some of that.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, there was a while, people forget that there was like a time, even like the second Mission Impossible didn't do all that great, but there was a time where Tom was kind of struggling and people thought his career might be on the back end. And then he committed himself to just handpicking directors he really wanted to work with, like Paul Thomas Anderson, like Steven Spielberg, like John Woo, all these other people that he really wanted to be a part of. He started picking projects based on the directors, and I think he learned a lot from those, and then he kind of used that to, now he handpicks every director, which is pretty much the same guy, but still, it's that reason why that's the case. I was I'll talk to you about it off air. This is not something we need to get into on here. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We'll wrap up the show here next on the X-Rocks. That song makes me want to cross the Rubicon, Big J.
That's a river.
Thanks. That is Sabaton and Nothing More, crossing the Rubicon here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. That's going to wrap everything up for us today. Reminder, go check out JC Chassis. He's going to be checking out at the Comedy Lounge this weekend. Friday and Saturday. Great to hang out with him this morning. We appreciate him popping by with Coral. So make sure you grab those tickets at loungeboise.com. We also had Kevin from CopenRoss. Of course, the deal is live right now at xrock.com for you to be our guest to check out CopenRoss. Throw down 25. We'll give you 50 to check out that place and maybe enjoy a pint or two and some dinner. And of course, that leaves you with the floor, Big J.
Yeah, Nick, I got bad news, man. All next week, I'm going to have trouble with my stomach.
Oh, no.
Because the volcano menu is back at Taco Bell, baby.
Remind me what that means.
It's the volcano sauce was like a spicy sauce that went on stuff for a while, and it was before all the spicy chicken sandwiches and everything. It was the hottest thing you could get at a fast food restaurant.
But
I loved it.
It was the sauce, though.
It's a sauce. There's more to it than just the sauce. There might be cheese or something in it. It's like a special thing.
But it's only on certain items. It doesn't come in packets.
Right. Exactly. Okay. And so the volcano quesarito is back. Through the app, and then you can get the volcano sauce and whatever items you like there. And I'm like, it's not good for me,
but you're gonna get it anyway.
It's so delicious.
So suffice it to say, you're gonna be volcanoing it up over the next.
Or I'm gonna have some this isn't what I remember it being. I'm old now. I don't like it.
Could be.
We'll find out though. I'll let everybody know.
If you want to get in some time with Big J before he tries the volcano menu, you can hang out with him. He'll be out tomorrow from 4 to 6 at Dennis Dillon RV in Boise for the 44th annual Dennis Dillon RV Marine and Power Sports Manufacturer Sale. It's going on through Sunday. You can grab a bunch of different things. Listen, they have travel trailers, camper vans, motorhomes, surfboats, whatever you need. It's out there, and they'll have some great deals, some food, some drinks, and you can win some stuff from the X-Rock stock while you're there. I just put some tickets on your desk to give away, as a matter of fact, Big J.
Yeah, Daddy!
So join Big J tomorrow from 4 to 6. Dennis Dillon RV. That is 6772 West Targhee in Boise with the X. Am I saying that right?
Somebody I think it's Targhee.
Targhee?
Yeah. You don't pronounce a lot of words correctly. It's okay.
No, correct me when I don't do it.
But then I feel like a jerk.
Why? I want to do it right, though.
But then I'm telling you, and I'm like, 98% of the time you're right about everything. So,
but if I'm wrong, I know.
But I'm taking a flyer in the fact that am I the one that's going to correct him and be able to tell him he's wrong about something? Well, it doesn't usually work out for me.
You're right, but
I mean, even this morning, literally, I think JC's been on the show before. I don't remember him because I usually remember other fat dudes that come in. And no, you looked it up, told me the exact same date, and I still didn't believe you. But I knew once you said, I think he is, I'm like, he's probably right. He always is.
But if I'm pronouncing something wrong, so Targhee, 6772 West Targhee. in Boise.
Yeah.
Forgive me for my incorrect pronunciation. I'd like to do things correctly. Morning After with Nick and Big
Careful
J.
me.
That is it for us. We will see you on Monday. Jason Drew's up next. It's the X Rocks.
All right.